Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Star Drifter. In the first video, we basically had an overview of what the game is, and we created our character and their ship, Darius of the good ship Hellas. We have a fairly low mind but a pretty high notoriety, so a bit of a challenge. Now the game, again, just a very quick recap. If you've had any experience playing a game called Barbarian Prince, or if you have any experience with Gamebooks, like fighting fantasy, lone wolf, these sort of choose your own adventure style books, this is in the same vein, although more towards Barbarian Prince than Gamebooks. You will be doing every turn an action and an event. Sometimes an action will point you to a specific event, but a lot of the time for the events you're going to be rolling on the table to find out what happens. The game doesn't have as much narrative, it doesn't have as much story as Gamebooks. In a game book, you'll read, half a page of story and then make a decision. In this game, it's much more about quantity rather than the text itself. So in this game, there is a lot more possibilities, but the story you kind of have to generate yourself because it's very basic, but it's still a lot of fun. So we have Darius from the good ship Hellas. He's going to be starting his adventure. All right, let us begin the game. We have 16 fuel, 6 lucre, which is the currency, and everything else is at starting points. Right, let us begin. So, on the star map, we are actually starting in this hex here. We rolled this up last video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by moving towards this colonized planet here, because on a colonized planet, there's a lot of other options. Let's see if I can find it here. There you go. So one of the quick reference sheets, hopefully it's not too shiny for you, but there are a lot of other things that can actually happen in the spaceport, so I kind of want to go there to see what happens. So what I'm going to do is, for my first action, I'm going to fly towards this colonized planet. So, fly. Again, I've copied these pages onto these quick reference sheets for myself. So, when you fly to a new hex, it all depends on your thrusters value. Because if you upgrade your thrusters, you can move, you can potentially move more hexes. But we have thrusters of 1 at the moment, the basic value, so I can basically move 1 hex. Right, lower your ship's fuel tracker down by 1, okay, so we lose 1 fuel, so we're now at 15. Move your ship to any adjacent hex. Okay, I think we're going to be moving to this hex there, which is now 23, 16. What else did it say? And then roll D100 for an event, and then go to that event in the event book. Okay, that's easy enough. Right, so we've now moved 1 hex from here to here. Now we've got to roll for an event. So the way that we do that is we have to roll percentage on this table here, this event table, and depending on what your notoriety is, depends on what column you roll on. Because the higher your notoriety, the more chance you're going to have more dangerous events, more likely to have run-ins with the police, the fuzz. Now what I'm also going to do, I think, is I'm also going to put another one of these tokens up here just to help me so I don't have to keep looking over there. Just give me 1 second. So my notoriety is the 6-point star, which is the 3rd highest. So here, look, notoriety, low, moderate, high, highest. I'm here at high, not good. It's a challenge, right? So we're going to be rolling percentage and we're going to see which event we are going to encounter. So we roll percentage, we get, so I start off with 82, which brings us down to here, which is E175. So in the book, we go to E, which is event, 175. Now again, if you play this, I think I mentioned this in the last video, With a hard copy, it's a lot to print, trust me, it's like almost 300 pages. The PDF, if you have a laptop or a tablet or whatever, using this PDF is actually very easy. It's very well linked and hyperlinked and everything. So, because I'm doing it on YouTube, I prefer the physical thing. Right, E175, distress signal. You pick up a distress signal coming from an adjacent hex. So it's going to be coming from one of the hexes around me. Roll a d6 to determine the adjacent hex of the distress signal. Okay, so we roll a d6. It is a 2, northeast. So northeast is here. So it's that hex. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little marker there. So the distress signal is in that hex there. Okay. You can provide assistance or you can ignore it. If you provide assistance, move to the determined hex of the signal, E004. All right. If you ignore the distress signal, roll a d6. Right, what can happen? You lose star points. Well, I haven't got any star points yet anyway. Event 116. Shortly after, event 9, shortly after, event 23, fuel regeneration, I gain fuel. And then I've got to do E120. It's a distress call. Do I want to... I think I'm going to provide assistance. So if I'm going to provide assistance, I've got to move to the determined hex of the signal. Now, if an event tells you to move to a certain hex, you don't actually use up fuel. Unless it says otherwise. But like here, it says move to the determined hex of the signal and then go to event 004. It's telling me to move to a hex. It doesn't say next turn or whatever. It's actually telling me to move hex. So in this case, it does not cost me any additional fuel. So what I will do now is I will move to that hex to provide assistance. It's that hex there. Okay, put the other token back. Right, so now we're in that hex. We now need to find out what's going on and why is there a distress signal. So we're going to event 004. Now, because it's now telling me to go to another event, this is all taking part in the same turn. I have to follow the sequence until it ends. So E004, again, the print on demand will probably be better quality than my binding. But because it's so big, right, E004, distress call. Your ship's scanners have picked up a distress signal. So again, you can see here that there are 10, or is it 9? Yeah, 9 possible results for this distress call. So even in the game, if you encounter another distress call, there's no guarantee it's going to be the same thing. Again, you think about how many events and how many possibilities there are. Right, so we're rolling a d10 to find out what distress call it is. We get a 5. You try to pinpoint the signal. Attempt a mind skill test. Okay, so in the game there will be skill tests, and it will tell you in this format, it will tell you which table to use. In this case, it's telling me to use table C. So the tables are labeled here, A, B, C. So I'm using the skill table. Then it has a symbol. So this will reflect which of the columns I have to roll on. So it reflects the difficulty of the task. So in this case, I have the 6-pointed star, so it is the 3rd column. So it's not going to be an easy skill to pass. And then it tells you what you have to roll. So here it's telling me, oh sorry, it's the wrong one. It's this one, isn't it? Table C, 6, okay, so this is it. Mind -1. So my mind is currently 2. So I'll be doing the test at +1. So it's mind -1 is 1. So I'm getting +1 to the roll. If we look at the one above, it's table C, same column, but it's mind -2. So this skill test will be a little bit harder because I'll be getting a +0. Right, so attempt a mind test. So I'm attempting a mind test here. I'm getting mind -1. So I'm getting a +1 to the roll. That's it. So I'm rolling a d10 +1. We get a 7 +1 is 8. It's a pass. And now it tells you what happens if you pass, what happens if you fail. So we passed. We have to roll a d4. We get a 1, of course we do. and it's now telling me what I have to do. Okay, so the options are, if I've got a 1 or 2 on the D4, I have to go to event 11. If I rolled a 3, I've got to go basically do this, roll fuel regeneration. If I roll a 4, I get this one, number 10. Okay, so essentially these gives me some extra fuel, and then I still have to go to the same event. So E11. Right, E11. We passed. We managed to pinpoint the signal. Now we go to 11. Okay. So event 11, distress call. You zero in on the coordinates of the distress call. Okay. Now we have to roll a D10 to find out. Get a 7 again. The signal is coming from a ship, and it's relatively close. Roll a D6 to determine the adjacent hex of the ship. Okay. So we are currently there. So we're rolling a D6. It is a 4. A 4 is south, so it's down there in my starting, it's where I started. So record. Okay, so this basically counts as a sector of interest. So this is something that I can now go to next turn or a later turn and actually try to accomplish. And a lot of these will have star points as rewards. So, okay. We have to write down the sector of interest. So hex number is 2416. 2416. Distress call. And it is E32. Okay. So if I go to that hex, I can then use, I don't have to, I can use any other action if I want to, but if I use the, what's it called? Sector of interest action, I can actually accomplish that and go to that event, which I think I'm going to actually do, so we'll do that in the next turn. And that is the end of that particular event because it doesn't tell me to go anywhere else except for this section in the rules. So we're done, that turn's done. So next turn, what am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to investigate that sector because, like I say, a lot of these sectors of interest can get me star points. And that's how we win the game. So I'm going to fly to a new hex. So we lose 1 fuel. So I've now got 14. We are going to fly down to that hex, which has, where I started, I've just gone in a bloody circle. But that hex does have this sector of interest. Right, now I have to roll up a random event. I can't do the sector of interest yet. Even this action, this turn, was to fly into this hex. I've now got to generate a random event. In the next turn, I can then use the sector of interest action to do that event. So at the moment, I can't do it. Even though I'm in the same hex as the sector of interest, I can't do it yet, but I do have to roll up a random event from the journey that I just took, moving from one hex to another. So we have to roll for a random event. We get a 27. So 27 is 181. Okay, so we're going to 181. Again, PDF will be a lot easier for this. Right, 181. What do we get this time? Right, broken transmission. Oops, sorry. Hit the mic. Your ship is picking up an unknown transmission. Okay, so we had a distress call. Now we're getting a broken transmission. Right, there is static interference. You'll need to quickly move out of this hex to receive it. I don't want to move out of the hex because there's this sector of interest here. Let's have a look. Roll a d6 to determine which adjacent hex you would need to enter to for a clear transmission. You can move to the determined hex to get a clear transmission, or you can ignore it. If you move to the determined adjacent hex, do event 12. If you ignore the transmission, roll a d6. I think, I'm gonna ignore it. I think I'm gonna focus on this hex and the sector of interest. So if you ignore, roll a d6. Okay. We get 1. Okay, so a 1, you lose d4 star points. You don't have any star points, so nothing happens. Okay, great. So that is that event done. It is now the next turn. Now for the next turn, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to fly to a new hex. I am going to use the sector of interest action. So that then allows me to do the event which is in that hex, which is event 32. Right, let's have a look. Where's 32? 32, okay, distress signal ship. Right, you approach this distressed ship. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so we're going to roll a d10. Oh my god. The starship, without warning, the starship explodes. The ship is completely destroyed. Oh, other things. Oh, a lot of other things can happen. Right, so we're rolling a d10. We get 8. So 8. What happens on an 8? Okay, it is a starship under attack by corsairs. Ooh. Alright, so I've got two choices. If I attack the corsairs, I go to event 159. If I don't get involved, I get fuel regeneration and I gain D4 fuel cells. Now it doesn't say how many corsairs there are. Now I don't want to cheat and sort of. How hard is it? I don't do that. Let's go for it. Let's attack. Let's protect the ship. Let's be nice guys. So we're going to E159. We're going to help them. We're going to rescue the ship. 159. Let's hope I don't die. 159. Where are you? 159. Right, so 159 is Corsairs. You engage the Corsairs. We're going to roll a d6. And that's going to tell me how many enemies there are. Alright, so we roll a d6. I've got no idea whether I want high or low. Let's just see what we get. We get a 4. A 4. They are single pilot fighters. How many? Okay, so initiative is 110k. Yeah, this is why I've actually printed out this, because different combats will have different ways of generating who goes first. So K is this one. So again, it gives you you have to take a mobility skill check to find out whether you go first or the opponents go first. We'll check that in a minute. Roll a d4 plus 1 to determine the number of fighters you face. Uh-oh. We get a 2, plus 1 is 3. So I'm going to go up against 3 fighters. That's not good. Each fighter has the following stats. Prowess of 2. A laser turret of 4 stars. Okay, so he's actually got better weapons than I have. My cannons are currently 3 stars on my starship. Their cannons are 4 stars. That's not good. And no extra money. But if I win the combat, go to result 7, which is potential rewards. Okay. So we're going to be doing combat against, what did I roll? 3, wasn't it? 3 enemy fighters. Okay, so what we do now is we get our combat sheet here, and we're going to be putting the information on these sheets. So we're up against 3 single seat fighters. They have prowess of 2. True. Now I'm doing this here because as they take damage, there is a chance they lose prowess. I think prowess cannot go below 0. Okay, so they've got prowess of 2 each. They are using 4-star laser turrets. So 4-star, 4-star, 4-star. And in terms of damage, they're currently on 0. Cochon, no damage yet. Right. So that's all you need to do for the enemies when you do combat, whether it's ship combat or character combat. The combat process is pretty simple. What you do is you have a comparison between prowess. So you subtract the enemy's prowess from yours when you're attacking. The enemy will subtract your prowess when they're attacking. And it's taken in sequence, one attack, then the other attack. We have to roll initiative. So the initiative was, let me just remember, it is initiative of K. Right, so K, table C. Alright, so it is based on my current ship mobility, which is the 3 stars, so it's the easiest column, and at mind -2. So mind -2 is 0, so I'm getting a 0 modifier to the roll. So let's roll and see. We get a 10. Pass. So we're going first. Right now, the combat itself, in terms of how to attack and how to defend, like I say, it's based on prowess. So I'm going first, so I take my prowess, which is currently 4. I subtract their prowess, which at the moment is 2. That will give me a +2 to the roll. On their turn, they will take their prowess, which is 2, subtract my prowess, which is currently 4. They will get a -2 to their roll. In terms of which column to roll on, depends on their weapons. So they, because they've got 4-star weapons, they will be rolling on the second column, which is... Oh, hang on, this one, sorry. Up here. I was thinking, why is it worse? It's up here, this is the combat table. So I'll be rolling on this table here with the 3-star, because my cannons are currently 3-star, the lowest grade. I'll be rolling on here with a +2 at the moment, because my prowess is 4, theirs is 2, difference is 2. They will be rolling on the second column, which is actually a little bit better, but they will be rolling at a -2, because their prowess is 2, minus my prowess, which is 4, -2. That's how it works. Now, prowess can change during the game. When I take damage, I will get lower prowess. Also, when when the ship gets damaged, they can also affect me. When they get damaged, they can get minuses to their prowess. Very simple. Let me show you how it works. So we're attacking first. So we need a D10 for this. So I have weapons of the lowest value, 3-star. So I'm rolling this column. 4 prowess minus 2 prowess is +2. So I'm rolling here, +2. I get a 5, +2 is 7 LD, which is light damage. So I do light damage to this ship here. Doesn't matter which one, I'm just shooting at any of them at the moment. Now, under that, there is no modifiers. There's nothing else I need to check. But if you'll notice, when it gets to medium damage, I have to roll to see if there's any damage to the crew. So that was a little bit less than what I was hoping, but it's okay. I've done some damage. Now it's their turn. Now this is a little bit worrying because there's 3 of them. Now I do have the option to flee, which I may end up doing if I take too much damage, but we'll have to see what happens. So the first ship is going to attack me. Prowess of 2 minus prowess of 4 is a -2 to the roll. They're rolling on the second column. So the first ship gets, a 1. -2 is -1. So they get a miss, and it has an asterisk there. Countered. Attacker immediately takes light damage. Ooh, so he immediately takes 1 damage because he rolled so badly. So he takes 1 damage, which makes it medium. We now have to roll a d4. On a 1 to 3, nothing else happens. On a 4, it's a direct hit, and he gets a -1 to his prowess. So we roll, we get a 1, no other effects. I would like that to happen with all the others. Right, second ship, again, prowess of 2 minus a prowess of 4 is a -2 to the roll. Oh, damn. He gets an 8, -2 is 6, light damage. So I take, sorry, not that one. My ship takes light damage. So there's no crew damage, and my mobility is still the same. That's not wanted. The third Corsair, again, gets a -2. So again, he gets 1, -2 is -1, he gets a miss, and again, the attacker takes light damage. So he also just takes 1 damage from hurting himself. Stop hitting yourself. That is the first turn of combat, and I'm a little bit worried. Okay, next round, I'm gonna attack the same ship. What I get, so prowess is still 2, prowess is still 4. So I still get a +2 to the roll. Again, it's on this first column. So I get a +2, 4 + 2 is 6. Light damage again, so this guy takes another 1 point of damage. So now it's heavy. Again, we've got to roll a d4 to see if there's any damage to the crewman. We get a 4. A 4 is a direct hit. So direct hit, enemy receives -1 to their prowess. So this guy now has a prowess of 1. Great. Problem is, these 2 aren't. Now it's their turn. So they're going to attack me. The first ship now has a prowess of 1. I still have 4, so he's getting a -3 to his roll. Dum dum. Oh no. So that's 6. light damage again. Oh no! Right, so I'm now at medium damage. I've got to roll a d4. Ah, I got a 4, no! So 4 means light damage to the crew, so I take light damage. Now, my prowess is still 4, that's okay. Damn it, right. Second ship, prowess of 2, so he only gets a -2. I might have to flee. Uh-oh. Roll a d4. I should have run away. A 2. Nothing happens to the crew. Okay. Third ship. 4 minus 2 is 2. Miss. Okay. Now, my ship is on heavy damage. I think I need to flee. Because he's undamaged. He's only taken 1 damage. This guy's nearly destroyed, but I'm going to have to flee, otherwise I'm dead. So, to flee, just move this over here for a second. To flee, you have to go to another event. Let me just confirm which event it is. Okay. So you can flee character combat, in which case go to event 109. If you try to flee ship combat, go to event 108. I'm going to have to do that. Otherwise I'm dead. So 108. 108. Okay. So we are going to try and escape. What does it say? You're attempting to escape ship combat. I've got to roll a d6. Alright. Roll a d6. I get a 3. Attempt a mobility skill check. Okay, so table C, skill check. My current mobility is 6 star, which is not good. So I'm rolling on the 3rd column. Prowess -2. My prowess is still 4, so I get a +2 to the roll. Uh-oh. Okay. 5, 6, 7. 7. Pass. Okay. On a pass, go to result 7. On a fail, you're unable to shake them when combat resumes. Opponent attacks first. Okay, but I passed. So go to roll result 7. Okay. You have escaped ship combat, but we need to see what else is going to happen. So you roll a d6, a 4. Roll for an event. Oh no. So I escaped the ship combat, but I run into something else. Oh dear. Okay, so we're rolling for a brand new event. Oops. So I'm rolling. I get 69. 69 is 226. What's going to happen? What am I running into? 226. 226. All right. So we escaped the combat, but we're entering a... Where's this out? We're entering a restricted sector. Uh-oh. You'll be entering a militarized zone on your current trajectory. Okay, you can continue on course and enter the militarized zone, or you can circumvent it. I don't want to enter. I need to repair and stuff afterwards, don't I? If you choose to circumvent the militarized zone, roll a d6 to see which hex you move into. Move to that hex, you lose d6 fuel cells and roll for an event. Okay. So again, we have to move to another hex. Oh dear. So we roll, we get a 3 southeast. So we move into this hex there, but that doesn't cost me a fuel cell, it costs me d6 fuel cells. Oh no. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm down to 9 fuel cells. This isn't very good, is it? And I have to roll for another event. My goodness. This is an action-packed turn. So we get a 4. So a 4 is 34. 34. Where's 34? 34. What's this? Long-range scan. Your ship's long-range scans indicate a massive asteroid field. Oh, I just moved out of the sector of the thing, didn't I? That ship's going to get blown up, isn't it? Oh well. I have to. Once you encounter a sector of interest, you have to delete it. So I'll erase that in a second. Long-range scans indicate a massive asteroid field. Come on, your current trajectory. You can navigate through the field or completely avoid it if you fly into the field. See, the thing is, my ship's mobility, my ability to kind of maneuver and avoid is going to be a problem because I'm going to be rolling on this column here, which is more likely like fail. If you decide to completely avoid the asteroid field, you're forced to move to an adjacent hex, and I lose another D6 fuel cells. Oh no. Which means I could be down to 3 fuel cells. Oh no. Oh god. That sounds good. Welcome to the game. Welcome to Ithaqua's Bane screws up another quest. Can I afford to lose D6 fuel? I think I'm going to have to because, like I say, because of my mobility, I don't think I'm going to be able to go through the asteroid field. Okay, so I'm going to avoid again. So where am I going now? 1, north. Remove a sector of interest. Okay, so I'm going to be removing that anyway. And I lose D6 fuel cells. Come on, low. Swine! Oh no, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, I got 4 fuel cells left. I'm going to be floating, fuelless in space pretty soon. Okay, but I have to remove that sector of interest. Okay, give me 1 second. Right, the turn finally ends. The turn finally ends, and I'm seriously in trouble. I'm going to have to try to repair my ship, I think. Yeah. So one of the actions I can do is to repair hull. Requires a destiny point, stay in the current hex and attempt to repair the ship's hull. Which would then take me to event 102. Okay. So I'm going to stay where I am in the next turn, this turn. I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to try to repair the hull. So I lose 1 destiny point. I've got 1 left, and I'm going to try to repair my hull. Okay, E102. Let's hope this works, because like I say, things can go wrong when you attempt to repair and upgrade. Right, repair ship. 102, so we've got to roll a D10. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try and repair. I get a 6. Attempt a mind skill test. Okay. So my mind is 2, right? Table C, 3-star. Okay, so it's an easy test. Mind -2. My mind is 2, so I get a 0 modifier. So we get a 5 pass, and I get an asterisk, which means I get +1 destiny point. Yay! Excellent. There you go. Yeah, sometimes on these tables you can get bonuses. All right. So I passed. I rolled a D4. I get a 4. Roll result 10. Okay, 10. Your ship's hull is repaired 2 damage levels, and I get another destiny point. Oh yes! So I get another destiny point. So I've got 3, and my hull is repaired 2 levels. Oh god, I needed that. 1, 2. Oh man, I needed that. Oh, sweet, excellent. Okay. We have repaired the hull. I've still got 1 point of damage on the hull and 1 point of damage on myself, but I think I'm okay for the moment. But I do have destiny points. I could try to heal, and we're going to continue. So we go. I'm going to fly to a new hex. So we're currently we're still near where we started. I'm going to move. I'm going to fly to the next hex. I've got to try and find fuel somehow. So we did fly to a new hex, so I use a point of fuel. I've only got 3 fuel left. What I'm going to have to do, as you saw just now, with things like avoiding meteors or asteroids and doing things, sometimes you can gain fuel. There was that choice of helping the ship or running away. I could have gained fuel, but I chose to help the ship. Idiot. But yeah, I'm going to try and anything that gives me the option of gaining fuel. I think I'm going to try and take that option, at least for the time being, because my fuel is becoming very much emergency level now. So we've moved to the next hex. We're trying to get to there. Now we have to roll for an event. So again, we're on a pretty high level in terms of events. So we get a 32. 32 is event 95. What's it going to be? 94, 95. Vessel. A vessel appears on screen. Okay, we're going to roll a d6, see what happens. Bonk, a 5. It is a large scorched freighter. You can raid them, hail them, or ignore them. If you choose to raid, go to event 68. If you choose to hail, event 238. If you choose to ignore them, we lose 1 fuel cell and roll for another event. Okay, so I don't want to do that. So I want to either raid them or hail them. Combat, or I think I'm going to ask, because I don't know. I haven't read. I've only seen the events that I've sort of rolled before, and I can't remember. Maybe hailing them, I can get fuel, or maybe purchase some fuel. If I raid them, I'm just going to destroy them, aren't I? Let's try hailing them. I'm going to hail them and ask for help, ask for some fuel. So 238. 238 freighter. So again, we've got a table here, lots of different possibilities for the freighter. So I say this game has got huge replayability. D10, we get a 2. Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There are single pilot Corsair fighters attacking the freighter. No, it's not the same ship, is it? Actually, it might be. Is it the same hex? I can't remember if it's the same hex. Initiative 110L. So the initiative's actually going to be harder for me to go first. You cannot attempt to flee. What the hell? Oh no, I'm dead. Roll a d4 plus 1 to determine how many Corsair fighters you face. Prowess of 3. Right, so their prowess is higher, their weapons are not as good. And the reward if I win is my notoriety going down by 1, so it become moderate instead of high. Oh, fuel! Oh no, I can't flee from it. Nuts! Alright, we've got to do this combat. Initiative is L. Okay, so table C, mobility of the ship, mind -3. So mobility of the ship is 3. Okay, good. Table C. Mind -3. So -3 gives me a -1 to the roll. That's not good. Come on. 8 -1 is 7. Pass. Okay, so we do go first. All right, let's sort these ships out because they've changed. There are how many? D4 plus 1. Oh, God. D4 plus 1. 3 again. That's not good at all. All right. So their prowess is 3. So we've got to change this. This needs to go back to there. This goes back to there. Their weapons are the same level as mine this time. Their weapons are minimum. But they have a higher prowess this time, which... dang it. Alright, let's get the combat started and see if we can survive. Because I can't flee this one. Which is going to be a problem. Right. So we attack first... Again, I'm really worried about my fuel. Alright, so I'm attacking first. I have a prowess of 4. I should have healed up, shouldn't I? So 4 -3, I get a +1 to the roll. We get an 8, +1 is 9. I get medium damage on the first ship. Bonk, bonk, good. D4. Do we damage the crew? A 4, yes we do. So we do 1 damage to his prowess as well, as the damage hurts the crew. Now, that was better, but now they're going to shoot back, which is a problem. So the first guy, he's got a prowess of 2 now, so 2 -4 is -2, and then rolling on the same column as me. So -2, 7 -2 is 5, miss. Okay, next guy, prowess of 3, 3 -4 is -1. Oh, damn it, light damage. Okay, roll a d4, does it hurt me as well? Damn it! Swine! So now my prowess is 3. Oh no. Okay. The third ship, -1. Gets a 4. -1 is 3. Miss. Okay. Uh-oh. I can't flee either. I'm in trouble. Right. My turn. I'm going to hit the same ship because I'm thinking get one of them out of the way. That's one attack less that I need to do. Now my prowess is now 3 only. It's gone down by 1. So 3 minus 2, I get a +1 to the roll. 9, 10. Heavy damage. Now heavy damage is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Destroyed. The first ship goes down. Excellent. First kill. However, there's still 2 left. So prowess is the same, so now they get a 0 modifier. So the first ship gets a 7 light damage. Oh no. D4. Does it hurt me? 2. No, okay. Third ship, no modifier. I'm dead. It does heavy damage. No! I'm gonna use a destiny point because I just remembered. I can use these to reroll any dice, so I'll use a destiny point to reroll this. Now again, reading the rules, it seems like, it doesn't specifically say, but it seems like you can only reroll it once, but I don't know, I have to double check that. So I'm going to re-roll that. Bastard. No modifier. No! I'm going to re-roll it again. Screw that, I'm going to re-roll it again. Oh no. It still kills me. Medium damage is 2 points. It still kills me. I've got to use my last destiny point. I've got to... Oh. He's rolled a 10, a 9, an 8. A 7 would keep me alive. No modifier. Oh. He misses. But I've used up all my destiny points. I've got no second chances now. I'm doomed and I can't flee. This is going to be... I mean, I don't think it's going to be a very short gameplay, but it's only going to be one part. Right, so we've got 2 ships left. The first one's going to be shooting me. Still at prowess 3. So is he. These 2 haven't taken any damage yet. So I'm going to be shooting this guy. No modifier. Get a 9. Medium damage. Donk. Medium damage. Okay, so we've got to check whether there's any damage to the crewman. A 3. Nope. That's my attack. Now it's their attack. First ship, no modifier. A 3 is a miss, thank God. Right, this guy, again, no modifier. Come on, please. Nah, I'm dead. It's a 6. Light damage, I can't, oh no, I'm not dead. But I'm getting blooming close. Roll a d4. A 5, it's fine. Light damage to me. So I am on heavy damage. My ship is on debilitating damage. And I'm still up against 2 enemies. I only stand a chance if I can kill the enemy's ship, this one. But to kill this ship, I've got to do 3 points of damage, which is basically heavy damage or higher, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's go. My prowess is now only 2 because of the extra damage. So I'm rolling at a -1. Oh no, -1. A 9 minus 1 is 8 medium damage. That's not enough, is it? 1, 2. No, it's not enough. Oh, he's still alive. A 1. Anything but a 1. The crewman's still perfectly fine. I didn't kill him. And they're still at prowess 3. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in serious trouble. Alright, their attack. This guy, he gets a +1 to the roll. 3, 4. Still misses, thank God. And this one gets a +1. So yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. +1 is 8. Medium damage. Destroys my ship. Kills me. The saga of Darius, of the good ship Hellas, has come to an end. So, yeah. Game over. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, I mean, this session went a lot quicker and faster and shorter than the games I've played before, mainly because I just couldn't escape, I couldn't flee this fight. But hopefully, watching this, you can see how the game plays. You can see that there is so much variety. Let's move these gits out of the way. You can see the amount of variety that there is in this game, in the fact that there are 247 different events, and the vast majority of the events have got multiple possible results within. So the replayability of this game is absolutely huge. The gameplay is simple and fast. The only problem that I would say with this game is having to keep going backwards and forwards, in the book. And that's why I think if you have a good tablet or laptop and that's where you can play the game, I highly recommend, rather than using a hard copy, whether it's printing the PDF like I did, or whether it is purchasing the print on demand, I actually highly recommend that you play this game on your laptop or tablet using the PDF, because, like I say, the way that it's been designed and written with all the hyperlinks actually makes the game. It makes it easier to play in terms of going from place to place. Like I say, because of the size of the book, I had to use this large cone bind, and it's not easy or fast to keep skipping pages. So if you've got a better way of binding, maybe the spiral bind with the metal might be easier. But that's the only negative. Apart from that, the game is a hell of a lot of fun. You don't get as much story as you would do with a game book, but you get a lot more variety. With a game book, you could probably play, based on my experience, things like Fighting Fantasy, you could probably play 3, 4, maybe 5 times. This, you could probably play 50 times and still have a different adventure every time. So I highly recommend Star Drifter. And like I say, after playing this a bunch of times, I am now tempted to print out the Drifter, the Wild West, they call it Spaghetti Western, the cowboy themed version, the one that came before this, the one that Ken wrote before this. I am very tempted to do that. I did buy the bundle on DriveThruRPG, links below. So I do have the Drifter, but I haven't printed it yet. I also have to do Barbarian Prince, which is also a very similar kind of game. But it is a lot of fun. But like I say, I do highly recommend that you play on your tablet or laptop using the PDF. I think that would make a better gaming experience, but I like physical copies. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Only one episode for this. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it showed you how the game was played. So guys, keep looking through the channel, plenty of other videos to watch. I hope you enjoy your time watching through all my other videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know the drill. Doesn't cost anything. Does me a huge favor. And leave some comments. Let's get some conversation going. So, thank you guys. Stay safe. Cheers.